Hey, buddy. Happy Wednesday to you, my friend. It's hump day. Yeah.
Oh, what a good baby. Were you a good kitty while I was gone today?
I put his flea and tick and worm meds on today. I'm sure he does not like that. It's good for you, though, buddy. Keeps you safe. Yeah.
Keeps you safe, huh? Yeah. What a good baby.
You want to go in the woods with your daddy? Well, woods walk. It's a pretty nice day. Overcast. Yeah. Gotta cut the grass again. It's getting that time of year where it's growing pretty quick, but it will die down later, I'm sure. Yeah. Look how happy he is.
Well, I'm happy too to be home,
Especially to see my little baby. Whoa. You're just shredding that tree, huh? You shredding that tree, buddy? Yeah. My goodness. Yeah, there won't be much of a tree left, huh? Take all the bark off, it'll be a naked tree. Yeah. Had an interesting thing happen. Somebody reached out to me on Instagram, and this happens. This has probably happened a dozen times over the years, but anyway, he basically said, "Hey, that's my cat." I've been down this road. I ignored him initially, but he kept on sending more and more messages. Yeah, that's right. And he sent me pictures of his cat, and they do look similar, but I could tell they're not the same cat. His cat looked older. His pictures are from 2017. He said he lost him in July, and I've seen Cinnabon before that time. Anyway, he was basically like a flat earther. There was no winning arguing with people like that. And I said, well, definitely not your kitty. And what else? He was very adamant that it was his cat, and I explained to him the differences.
Oh, don't eat. No. Oh, I don't know what that was, buddy. I don't want to eat it if it's bad.
Probably poison ivy, but he can probably ingest that. I definitely can't even touch it, which I just did, but that'll be fine. Anyway, he said that he can prove it because his cat, he has vaccination papers and his chip papers. And I said, well, I had my cat scanned at the vet. They found no chip, and he has his own chip. And he's like, no, it's still my cat. And he sent more pictures, and you could tell not the same cat. And then he kept on asking where my location was. And I said, well, why don't you tell me where your location is? I'm not going to just surrender my location. You know, any person that's not an idiot can find it out anyway.
And so I said, why don't you tell me where you're at? And he says, I'm in Florida. I'm like, okay, well, I'm in near Canada, basically. And he said, well, get this. He said that, oh, well, you know what? I got my cat in New Brunswick, Canada, so he was probably just trying to get home. So just imagine a cat walking from Florida, hitchhiking probably a couple times, maybe getting a bus ticket or two, maybe a short flight from Florida through Canada. Is that even? I don't think there's many cases of international cat travel. That would be. I was pretty polite, except for one time where I told him, well, I wasn't really impolite. I said, I'm not going to be bullied into giving you a cat that doesn't even belong to you. And the person was very strange. It was so weird, I almost thought it was a prank, but it definitely wasn't. But, so I don't know. I guess Cinnabon, did you come from Florida? Did you walk? Jeez, I can't even imagine. I probably couldn't even drive that without cheating using a phone. But what a goofy goober, huh, buddy? Yeah. He eventually said, well, if you ever take him to the vet, which I do regularly, he said, well, when you find out he has 2 chips, you know why. I'm like, okay, then. I said, take care. See you later. That'll put me in a bad mood. I was pretty angry, but you also got to think about when people lose a pet, it is a traumatic experience for them. Probably the pet too, right? Yeah, so they'll probably use any excuse they can. If they see something that even resembles them, I've seen cats that look a lot more like Cinnabon than his cat. Ears were different, eyes were different, there were little freckles that were different. So they looked similar. They looked probably 90% or so. But no offense, Cinnabon, there's a lot of cats that are 10 pounds, ginger, a little bit longer hair. His hair's not the longest, probably medium length. But sorry about the rant. Kind of made me a little mad. Put me to bed. I'm in a bad mood. How dare you think he's your cat?
I explained to him too that Cinnabon was a TNR cat. He was captured at one point, deemed unadoptable, probably because he acted very feral. And they fixed him, marked his ear, released him back in the wild. The point of that, many of you know, is when you catch a feral cat or a stray or whatever, you fix them so they don't reproduce and create cats in their situation. Fix them, mark the ear so people know in the future. If there's a subsequent capturing, they know it's already been fixed. Release them in the wild, let them live the rest of their sterile life. That's pretty humane. But he said, oh, well, he was an aggressive tomcat. But
Like I said before, there's no winning with those types of people. Definitely wasn't the worst one. There's been one person on the east side of the state that demanded I take him to her vet and she'll prove. I'm like, oh. But that's what's on my mind.
Yeah, what a good baby.
The person did eventually say, well, at least I'm happy he's at a good home now. I'm like, okay. Very strange. Very, very strange, you know?
Yeah.
It would be terrible to lose a kitty. I get that, right? I've lost pets before, or they passed away, you know, with our dogs, and it's terrible. So if you lost a pet and you saw one that even looked a little bit like him, even if you're in the other side of the end of the country, still, I'm sure stranger things have happened, but what are the odds? Plus, he didn't look like anything like him. You can just tell, you know. Cinnabon has more defined stripes than his cat anyway. He's kind of a tiger cat, aren't you, buddy? You kind of got some tiger stripes going on. Yes, yes you do. Yes you do. Plus, Cinnabon, as far as a cat goes, gets a lot more exposure than a lot of other cats. So you're gonna get people that are gonna say, "Oh, that's definitely mine," just because they see them. Maybe like them watching a movie, seeing a dog that looks like their dog. It must be mine. Loves that stump, I think. Hopefully that person or those persons over the years adopt a kitty and treat them well. Yeah, I think that would be nice. They should, if they have an empty part of their heart, they should fill it. Adopt, don't shop, right? But sometimes people do look for a very specific breed, and I can't fault that. Sometimes their only option is to shop. But, you know, I get trying not to support that. But, hey, they're going to have puppies, they're going to have kittens. And if you want that special cat, more power to you. I didn't want a cat. Look who's here.
Oh, we got some burrs in your head, buddy. I'll get them off you. No, I always want a kitty. Yeah, because he's a good baby. I'm sure they're not being... The subsequent kitties probably won't be half as cool as Cinnabon, right? Unless I clone him. I've actually looked into that. I know it's kind of terrible, but I was just curious. And it's like $1,600 to put his DNA in a database, and then that was the cheaper. And then it's like $25, $30 to actually $30,000 to clone a cat. Dogs are more for some reason. I don't really think that's a good idea for many reasons. All ethics aside, you know how much money $30,000 would go towards rescuing cats and feeding ferals and strays, putting them into nice homes. That's kind of what I thought about, you know. That's just, unless there's somebody out there that really, 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 I guess, has the money and wants that. But I think that, and they said that they're not always successful. They end up creating a bunch of cats. Can you imagine having a bunch of Cinnabons? It'd be crazy. But we don't want to clone you, buddy. That might be kind of mean, huh? I certainly wouldn't want somebody to clone me. That'd be kind of weird. Like in Attack of the Clones. Remember the movie Attack of the Clones? 2002? When Master Yoda fought Count Dooku? Yeah, that was pretty funny. Had all the clone troopers. What do they say? 200,000 units are ready with 1 million more well on the way, or something like that. Can you imagine $200,000 or 200,000 Cinnabons in little clone trooper outfits? How cool would that be? Fighting the separatists? Got really nerdy on you right there. Only probably a third of you, if that, know what I'm talking about. You gonna follow your daddy? You've been inside all day, boo-boo. Yeah? Experiences like today with those different people just reinforces my decision to put cameras in and around the house. Never know. Cameras don't lie. It stinks we live in a world where we feel the need to have cameras, but hey, it's just the way it is. Even cars are having them now, you know? Yeah, buildings, offices, cameras are pretty much everywhere. Is that a mosquito on my arm? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Yeah. Anyway. Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks for putting up with my rambling. Probably haven't had a ramble like that in a while, or a rant. But oh well, it's always healthy, right? Anyway, we wish you all have a fantastic evening, and we'll talk to you later, or day, or whatever. Morning, perhaps, for some of you out there. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.